Sean, I mean, the headline is you're into the quarterfinal of a major cup tournament. How does it feel to hear that?
Really good. You know, I'm really pleased. Pleased for everybody at the club, the players especially, because that's now 2 years, two quarterfinals. You know, let's go another step than what we did last year and try and get into the semi and get into the final. And like I said at the start of the season, we need to be competing for trying to win trophies.
There were a lot of good things that happened from your team tonight. What were you most pleased with?
The fight, the energy, creating chances, and then that leaves me to the biggest disappointment is not taking them. You know, but you know the group's good. It's together. It wants to win games. We sometimes make mistakes, but overall, I'm really pleased that they've got themselves through to the quarterfinal, because 38 teams start this competition, and there's only 8 spaces available, and we're one of the 8. And it ain't easy to get to a quarterfinal after winning 4 games. In the Open Cup, it's 3, and now we've won 4 games to get to a quarterfinal. So now we've got another 3 games to play, hopefully, and maybe end up with a trophy.
In those 4 games in totality, I mean, you finished 1 point off maximum, and I don't think anybody's finishing on 12, unless my math is wrong. Just kind of your thoughts on the full body of work. I know it's weird because it's against teams you play in the regular season and it's mixed into the middle of the season, but your thoughts on kind of the 4 games?
I mean, it's tough. You know, the league situation is tough because you're getting everybody's best effort probably until the last game, and even Tulsa tonight had an opportunity, real outside chance of going through, you know, but everybody knows that you play your first turn. If you're there, then the next 2 are pressure games, because you know there's somebody else on your coattails wanting to take your spot. So I'm really pleased for the players and the supporters to get us to another quarterfinal, and that's 2 quarterfinals in 2 years. I think we're heading in the right direction. What we've got to do now is get past what we did last year and maybe get to a final.
You mentioned Rome could have had more tonight, but he's still scored another one. I think that's 5 in the last 4 league games, if I'm not wrong. Just your thoughts on kind of the form he's in right now.
He's a good player. He's a good player, and if we can get him chances, then usually he finishes them. And it's very surprising when he doesn't. So when Malik puts him through in the second half, everything he does is correct apart from the last touch. You know, his first touch to take him away from the defender, draw the goalkeeper out, not rush it, and then you're just waiting for the back of the net to ripple, and it doesn't, and you're surprised at that point, because that's how good of a player he is.
Is there any difference for you in the games where he kind of didn't take the chances and it bit you versus tonight when it doesn't, and kind of analyzing it afterward and talking to the guys about it?
We'll reflect on this on Monday morning. What you got to understand is, you know, when you play a game of football, both teams want to win. So when you win, you've probably done a lot of things that's probably right, and you've got to focus on the positives of it. Obviously there are some things where you say, listen, you should have scored, and Malik went through, and you know, we've had a couple of other chances. I mean, Elliot, just before he comes off, is a really good chance, and what it does is it leaves you then not to be going through what we'll go through in the last 5 and 10 minutes. And I thought the extra time, when it's 5 minutes and it ends up being 6 minutes and 40, I think that's got to be something where it should be looked at, of why.
Next game is August 20th, so it's kind of like 3.5 weeks. This kind of presents, I guess, good challenges, but new challenges where it's going to be fixture congestion. So just kind of your thoughts on what your mind turns to on Monday with the focus of the group.
Hopefully everybody's healthy. You know, we've lost a couple of players long term. Everybody else is getting back healthy. Aiden White's going to be out for a few weeks, but he'll be back come the back end of the season. And we've just got to keep everybody healthy, because we're sticking with the group we've got, and that's a good thing. They're a good group, and they're a hard-working bunch, and as long as I can keep them healthy, I don't mind about the fixture congestion. It is going to play its part, you know, with the travel schedule with the USL, and you know the way you have to travel to the games is different to probably what, you know, the MLS do, but I'm not too concerned about that at the minute, as long as I can keep everybody healthy.
I'm going to check FOTMOB real quick just to check Group 6 and then ask you about it. I don't know if it's over, but it looks like Greenville won and Tampa is losing.
That is going to Greenville.
71st minute, 2-0. So if it stays like that and you're off to Greenville to play another League One team, what challenge does that present, I guess?
Well, if Greenville are in the same group as Charleston and Tampa, I'm presuming it's going to be a pretty tough game. So I don't know what else you want me to say other than the narrative, because I think it's amazing that when we go up against MLS teams in the USL, and I'm not talking about Indy 11, I'm talking about the all USL, everybody thinks, well, yeah, you should, go there and give a really good account of yourself, and you should beat them, you should got a chance to beat them, which, is giving us a lot of respect. I think that same respect should be applied to the League One, that we go there against a team who's going to be pretty good, and we're going to have to do his best job to win the game.
Anything else you want to add?
No, other than, like I said, everybody at the club now has got another quarter-final to go to, and that's supporters, players, and everybody involved with it. And when I came in, 18 months ago, I did say, listen, we've got to start winning things, and I want the players to be on the right track of winning, and trophies are important. And I think tonight proved that in the last 5 minutes that we did everything we possibly could to go through.